Okay, so we're doing this lesson 5 in 2 parts because we had some technical difficulties. And yes, picking up where we left off, that was a division symbol. So it's 7 plus 3 raised to the second power in parentheses, and then that's divided by 4 times 2. And so we always work, if you want to write down PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Group off the M and the D, the A and the S for the special rule. Parentheses first. So inside the parentheses, following the order of operations, we see that we have an addition and an exponents, and exponents come first. So again, best practice, rewrite everything, we do one operation at a time. So 7 plus, we're evaluating 3 squared, which is 9. Close the parenthesis and recopy everything else. Continuing to work on parentheses, 7 plus 9 is 16. And recopy divided by 4 times 2. Now we have a multiplication and a division. And again, that subtle point that even though the multiplication comes first in our hierarchy, the multiplications and divisions are performed in the order they appear from left to right. And so therefore we do the division first. That gives us 4 times 2, recopy times 2 that is, and finally we get 8. Okay, to the next pencil problem. Again, you could read the examples on your own. I'm going to recopy 9 minus 5 in parentheses. That's divided by 4 plus 3. And that's all over 7 squared minus 29. Now, the fraction bar behaves as a grouping symbol. So the last thing we're going to do is the division. And we could do the 9 minus the 5, which is just 4. First, recopy divided by 4 plus 3. And we could work on the denominator simultaneously. 7 squared is 49, then minus 29. Okay, then in the numerator, division, addition. Division comes first. So 1 plus 3 over 49 minus 29 is 20. 1 plus 3 is 4 over 20, reducing by dividing by 4, the greatest common factor, we get 1/5. Okay, next example and pencil problem involve grouping symbols. Again, I'm going to recopy 4 plus 2 in brackets, 2, and then in parentheses, 4 times 3 minus 7, close parentheses, minus 5, close brackets. Okay, so we start by working from the innermost parentheses. Notice how these are embedded grouping symbols. You get the parentheses inside of the brackets. So we'll recopy 4 plus 2, open up the brackets, recopy 2, and in parentheses, multiplication or subtraction. Multiplication comes first, so 12 minus 7, recopy everything else. Continuing, working in parentheses still, we'll have to perform that subtraction. So recopy 4 plus 2 in brackets, 2 in parentheses, 12 minus 7 is 5, and then minus 5, close the brackets. Alright, so now we work in the brackets, because those are grouping symbols. The last thing we're going to do is add the 4 and the 2 to get the 4 and whatever 2 times this whole thing is. So make sure you know, common mistake is to add the 4 and the 2. And that's not what we do. We continue to work in the brackets. 2 times 5 is 10. That's multiplication. It's understood. minus 5, continuing in brackets, 4 plus 2, 10 minus 5 is 5. And between the 2 and the 5 is multiplication, which comes before addition. So 4 plus 10, or 14. Oops, sorry. Okay, so there we go with that problem. Again, the common mistake is to add the 4 and the 2 prematurely. You never do that. The last thing's the addition, and that 2 is being multiplied by whatever is in here. And whatever is in here turned out to be a 5. And so we did that multiplication, and then the final step was the addition. So be careful of that one. That's a classic type of problem. Okay, the next thing is just what I call replacement. You can read the example, but it's evaluating algebraic expressions using substitution or replacement. We're given an expression. Okay, this is 2z, that's the way I make my z's. I'm recopying it, over 3x plus 8y minus 13, and we're told the values of x, y, and z. So just substitute or replace those variables with the given values. So recopying and replacement. 2, always put parentheses around what you're substituting. So 2 in parentheses, the value of z, which is 9, over 3 in parentheses, the value of x, which is 2, plus 8 in parentheses, the value of y, which is 4, and then don't forget to tag along the minus 13. And then from there, it's just order of operations. Here's a fraction, do numerator and denominator separately. 2 times 9, 18, 3 times 2, 6, plus, I'll multiply 8 times 4 to get 32, tag along the negative 13, 18 divided by 6 works out to be 3, plus 32 minus 13, go from left to right, 3 plus 32, 35, minus 12 is equal to 23. Okay, so the final pencil problem, another replacement or substitution situation. I'll recopy x squared plus 7y minus 3z. And again, we substitute or replace the variables with the given values. X is 3, so this will be 3, put parentheses, squared plus 7, y in parentheses is 8, minus 3, and z is 4. Okay, order of operations, exponents first, 3 squared is 9. You could actually work on these simultaneously because they're separated by a plus or minus. So 7 times 8, 56, minus 3 times 4 is 12. Going from left to right, 9 plus 56, 65 minus 12 is 53. Okay, so that's the end of that lesson. So we'll see you again for lesson 6.